Hi boys and girls, welcome back to Mrs. Cardenas classroom. So today we're going to be reading The Rainbow Fish. It's going to be an interactive read aloud, which means we're going to have a friend with us because we're going to do turn and talk, we're going to do think, okay, and then we're going to use our strategies. So remember, we're going to keep using making inferences, which means that the author gives us clues, but we need to figure out, using our knowledge and the clues, what's going on in the story, what's our idea, and then we have thinking stems. Our thinking stems are I can infer, this could mean, perhaps, maybe, I think, my idea is, maybe. And always good readers use key details in the story to find out what's going on. The details include what is it mostly about, who is in the story, what happens in the story, and where does it take place, okay? So our objective today, what we want to learn when we are reading and listening to The Rainbow Fish by Marcus Pfister is we're going to identify the key details. We're going to make inferences. We're going to talk about the story theme, the lesson in the story. And what's the purpose? Why do we do this? We are going to use details from the story to make inferences about the characters and story theme. Okay, so that's what we're going to be using today, boys and girls. Okay, we're going to be doing making inferences. We're going to be using key details from the story to just come up with ideas, what we think about the characters. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the Rainbow Fish. And as you can see today, our classroom is kind of like a beach theme. We have a beach umbrella, we have some sand buckets, and then we have a little lightsaber, and we have our dolphin. Okay, boys and girls, so make sure you have a friend with you. We're gonna go ahead and get started. The Rainbow Fish. A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple with sparkling silver scales among them. So let's really take a look, because as good readers, we're gonna really look at the picture. I want you to really look at the way the fish looks. It talked about the different colors that he had, blue and green, but it talked about how he had some sparkling silver scales. Can we point at the sparkling silver scales? And that's what fish have. They have scales. It's kind of part of their skin. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. Come on, Rainbow Fish, they would call. Come and play with us. But the Rainbow Fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. So what does that mean? What do you think that means? He would glide past, proud and silent. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do a turn and talk with my dolphin. Hi, dolphin. What do you think it means that he would just glide past? I think so. I think it means that he would just swim by. Yeah. And he's silent. So what does that mean? Is he talking to them? No. Okay. And what are they doing? They're saying, come on, come and play with us. So boys and girls, what do the other fish want to do with the rainbow fish? Think about it. What did it tell us? What did the author tell us? Okay, if you said play, I agree with you. The other fish want to play with him, and they think he's beautiful. One day, a little blue fish followed him. Rainbow Fish, he called, wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many. So boys and girls, the little fish asked the Rainbow Fish, can you please give me one of your shiny scales? What do you think? Let's make an inference. Do you think that the Rainbow Fish is going to give the little fish one of his shiny scales. Make an inference, boys and girls, okay? And then we're gonna see if your inference was right or wrong. You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are? Cried the rainbow fish. Get away from me. Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset. He told all his friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the rainbow fish. They turned away when he swam by. So boys and girls, did you make an inference? What did you infer? If you inferred that the rainbow fish didn't want to give him a scale and didn't, you were right. And what did the rainbow fish do? He actually yelled at the little fish and he said, "Get away from me." Is that nice? Was he nice to the little blue fish? I agree with you, he wasn't nice. So then the little fish told all his friends. And what happened after? Do you remember? This is what happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the rainbow fish. They turned away when he swam by. Remember that. What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anyone like me?" "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish, "but if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." So what does the fish do, boys and girls? Let's think about that. So I'm gonna share with my dolphin. Dolphin, you know what the fish did, the rainbow fish? He went and asked advice. Do you know what advice means? It means he went to ask someone kind of like for help or what they thought, because he says that he's so beautiful, but nobody wants to admire him. And we know why, right? If you guys remember what happened with the little blue fish, we know why. But then the starfish says, "You know what? You need to go and you need to ask the octopus." So boys and girls, do you think that the rainbow fish is going to go and ask the octopus? I think so. Let's see what happens. The rainbow fish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly 2 eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. So look at how dark, but here is the octopus. You see that, boys and girls? How would you feel if you were going into a dark cave? I know I would be a little scared. "I have been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. "The waves had told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy." So boys and girls, we're gonna see if the beautiful fish, the rainbow fish, takes the advice of the octopus. So let's think about it. The octopus is telling him to give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. And if he does that, he's gonna discover how to be happy. So let's go ahead and let's do a turn and talk. I'm gonna get my dolphin. Hi, dolphin. Do you think that the rainbow fish is going to give a glittering scale to each of the fish, boys and girls? That's what you think? I agree. You know why? Yeah, because you know people and things don't like to be lonely. They like to have friends. So I think you're right. I think he is gonna take the advice of the octopus so he can have friends. What do you think, boys and girls? Did you share? "But I can't," the rainbow fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. "Give away my scales? My beautiful shining scales? Never, never. How could I ever be happy without them?" So my inference, I guess, is wrong because the rainbow fish does not want to give away his scales. He says never, ever. He counted without them. Suddenly he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. Remember the little blue fish, the one he was mean to, boys and girls? He's back. Let's see what we think is gonna happen. What do you think? Look at them. They're together. What do you think is gonna happen? Make an inference. I infer that the rainbow fish might give a scale to the little blue fish. What do you infer? Rainbow fish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale. The rainbow fish wavered. Only one very, very small shimmery scale, he thought. Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one. So now he's actually thinking, you know what? Maybe I won't miss one scale. Maybe it's okay. Carefully, the rainbow fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you very much. The little fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a long time, he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale, glittering in the water. So how do you think the little blue fish is feeling? He's swimming back and forth in the water with his little shimmering scale. How do you think he's feeling? Let's make an inference. Perhaps he's feeling happy. Perhaps he's feeling beautiful. Why do you think he's feeling beautiful, boys and girls? What's the reason? I agree with you, because he has a little shiny scale now. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing, so it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by all the other fish. What do you think, boys and girls? Let's make an inference. What do you think all these other fish want? Why do you think they're surrounding the rainbow fish? Make an inference. What do you think they want from the rainbow fish now? A scale, I agreed. So everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right. And the more he gave, the more delighted he became. What does delighted mean? How does he feel? Or how is he feeling? What do you think delighted means? Happy. Yes, he feels happy. So when the water around him filled with glittering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. So now he feels at home with the other fish. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possessions had been given away, yet he was very happy. Come on, rainbow fish, they called, come on and play with us. Here I come, said the rainbow fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. So boys and girls, so he gave up all his beautiful, glittering, shiny scales. And how did he feel? How did he feel? He felt happy. I agree with you. I agree with you. He felt happy. And he kept one scale. Okay, boys and girls. So for our read aloud today, the rainbow fish, I'm done reading, but you're not done working because you are going to be answering some questions, okay? So make sure you have your notebook and pencil because I'm gonna go over the questions with you. Number 1, okay? What is the theme of this story? Why do you think the author wrote the story? What is he trying to teach us? What is the lesson? 2, that's the first thing. We always write the theme. The theme of the story is, and you're gonna have to give me the theme and details. So that is when you are probably gonna have to go back to my read aloud. Go back to the story and pause. Number 2, you're going to have to write the character, the rainbow fish. Write the character, write the rainbow fish. How did the character change, boys and girls? How did the rainbow fish change? Remember, we used Kitita. How is he at the beginning? How is he at the middle? And how is he at the end? I want you to think about that. You're going to write 2 things. Again, I need you to use your notebook and pencil, okay, because we're gonna be discussing these answers, okay? And if I don't see you, you have to, through our class every day through Zoom, if I don't see you, you're responsible for writing this information. Number 1, what is the theme of the story? What is the author trying to teach us? Number 2, the character. The character here, the main character was the rainbow fish. How did he change? How was he in the beginning? How was he in the middle? And how was he at the end of the story? And don't forget to add details. I hope that you enjoyed our beach theme today, boys and girls. I try to make it fun. Okay, I miss everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow in class.